wise man once said, the will to win, the desire to succeed,
What takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers, such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and T. Harv Eker, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best, we have over 500 events a year and access to the greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.
Hello everyone. Welcome to another Bitcoin journey to 100,000. Welcome. Now, many bears market analysts expect Bitcoin to go below the support line of 30,000 or even below, way below, because they say that this is a crypto winter. Many YouTube influencer even who is positive and bullish at one time has also cashed out to one even willing to lose $1 million just to cut loss. The market is still in extreme fear. However, in the last one day, Bitcoin price instead of going down is like going strong up again to 37,000. Now, is this a trap? Is this a bull trap? Or is this legit? Okay, so what's going to happen also is that this week, Jerome Powell and in the US, FOMC is going to have a meeting and they're going to make some very critical announcement. And how is this going to impact the market? This is what we are going to discuss today. Hello, everyone. My name is Richard Tan. I am very happy to be here. We are the world leading education provider every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. We are making video tracking the incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. So if this is a journey that you like to follow, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the thumbs up button, right, real quick, and also the notification bell so that whenever we do a video, you are the first to know. Now, I'm delighted to bring my friend who need no introduction. Many of you know him. To the program, he's an authority in the art of financial investment, and many thousands and thousands of students from the world has benefited from him. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Thank you for having me, Richard. I'm glad to be back here again, meet of the week. And tonight is going to be the most important night for Q1. And that is Fed Chairman Jerome Powell will probably going to announce major changes to the interest rates environment. We're going to speak about this and we're going to connect this to the price volatility of Bitcoin. Yes, yeah. I'm excited to do this show today.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, we know that Bitcoin price and crypto market price are greatly affected by rumors and news. Someone say this, buy the rumor, but sell the news. Buy the rumors, but sell the news. Okay, now Jerome Powell is an authority in this whole, he's a Fed chairman and he made lots of announcement and comment that will affect the price greatly, not only in the crypto market and in the whole economy by itself. Now, this is going to take place this week and in fact starting today, right? Today. So the question to you is that what is actually FOMC? Now, what do we expect from the Fed meeting today?
Wow, that's a great question to begin with. So I want to introduce to the audience the three very important concepts. You can call it the I cube, all right? Three alphabet of I. And first of all, I see some of the comments there. We didn't synchronize, like Richard and myself, we didn't synchronize to wear red today. He just happened to appear. We turned out, hey, how come you're wearing red? And I'm also wearing red. It's time of the Chinese New Year festive mood. So yeah, and we're also in the middle of a Red Sea. Triple red. Okay, so first thing first about the question on FOMC, it stands for the Federal Open Market Committee. Now, what this committee does is kind of reporting to the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, and we're going to talk about the three alphabet I's, all right? The three alphabet I's are really, really important. Now, some of you want the granular details, then I encourage you to search for this Yahoo Finance article, what to expect from the FOMC meeting this week. Now, I'm kind of much more practical about it. I'm going to teach you guys the three alphabets I, all right? So here we go. I'm going to open up a very, very important chart right here. Here we go. All right. We're going to take a look at this chart. And this is the NASDAQ 100 chart, which is kind of dominating the headlines all across the world because it represents the tech stocks. And I'm going to do right here, go to indicators, moving average, and we're going to plot out this line, 200, simple moving average line, and I'm going to make this green color and pop it up, right? So what we observe is this, very, very important signal. The NASDAQ 100 has broken below the very, very powerful 200-day simple moving average line. And that's the reason why the past 2 weeks, all the tech stocks, they are all in a bloody Red Sea. Regardless of whether the company is good, bad, or worse, or the best, doesn't matter. There's no more logic behind this, all right? And with that, I need to introduce three important concepts that kind of going to play in for today's major announcement. The first important concept is called interest rate. Now, what is the consequence of interest rate? They will be announcing today whether they're going to raise the interest rate in March, or maybe they're going to delay it. And already, the pundits or the analysts of Wall Street, people like Goldman Sachs, they came out with their own prediction. They are saying that the Fed chair will raise interest rates 4 times. Some of them said 5 times. Some of them said 6 times. I mean, it's like everybody started throwing out some numbers and everyone went crazy about it. So because of this, so much impending fear build up anxiety. The market went into what we call a capitulation, blood on the streets, the past 2 weeks, all right? And on Monday and Tuesday, it kind of a really like not even the word, it's not deja vu, it's kind of like never seen before. Monday, the market crashed and then rebounded. Tuesday, the market crashed and then rebounded. So we have not seen these 2 consecutive days of crashes that came back with a rebound. So all this boils down to the first word called interest rate. Now, what will be the Fed chairman decision whether to raise or not to raise interest rates is based down to the second I, which is inflation. And you know, the all-time inflation rate for last year, 2021, we hit an all-time historical high of 7%. And what's the meaning of 7%? It means that the savings rate that you enjoy with the local banks, I'm quoting the #1 bank in the world, they're only paying us 0.05% positive per year. And if the inflation rate for the entire year is 7%, you are already negative 6.95% every year for every dollar you kept with the bank. We have already lost money, all right? So this is the key driver behind Fed Chairman's thinking and also behind the committee members of the FOMC. They will decide, should we raise interest rates right now? And what are the deciding factors? Number 1, if inflation continues to go up, We started from 6.8%, November, December hit 7. And right now, if you look at January, if it's going to go like 7.5 or 8%, holy mama, that's it. They are forced to raise interest rates. They have to show hand. And the moment they raise the interest rates, it's just to pull down the inflation. And Singapore has taken this stance, just yesterday's announcement, all right? So everybody is tightening their monetary policy. So the thinking, the logic goes this way. But the problem is this. What if the inflation is dropping? November 6.8, December 7, and January, mama, dropped to 5%. If you have an inflation that is dropping and you raise the interest rates too fast, the market will collapse. So this is kind of a conundrum situation, and everybody wrapped their heads around, they couldn't get an answer. In fact, I've been watching the market until like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning for the past 2 days, just to understand what Wall Street is thinking about. Nobody or everybody, we do not have a consensus. We are split on the decision. We got no idea. But the biggest takeaway for me is that I think this is pretty good news. We have a very, very brilliant Fed chairman, Jerome Powell, who has experienced the 2008 financial crisis. I don't think he'll be stupid enough to race through the finishing line to kind of inject a recession in our economy today. So I think that's the only takeaway. We can pray hard about it. And finally, the last I stands for what? Last I stands for I, myself, and me. How do you feel today? Because how you feel today is going to determine your actions. Like what Richard shared just now. Some of the YouTubers kind of panicked, went to sell, lost $1 million just to cut loss. Now, we don't kind of believe in that, because I've gone through the past 20 years, or else my experience would have been wasted. Year 2000, dot-com crash. Took how many years to break even? 5 to 7 years. 2008 financial crisis crash. Took how many years to break even? 4 to 5 years. 2020 pandemic crash. Took how many years to break even? 10 months. I mean, for every crash, the time to recover or break even has shortened, because the market became smarter and smarter. And people know how to navigate through these kind of difficult periods. And that's the reason why the I, myself, and me is the most important factor. We can give you all the data that you want to see or do not want to see, want to hear or do not want to hear. You have already made up your mind. If you're negative, you'll be attracted to all the negative news. If you're positive, you'll be attracted to all the positive news, because you have already made up your mind before you watch this video. Please say yes. So from this point onwards, how do you navigate the 3I, or I call it the IQ? Relax. Watch the market play out tonight. And one of the biggest news, which I'm going to do a YouTube video on it, is this. This is the latest, the mama of all mama. This is Microsoft. As you can see, right now, all my charts I always equip with the 200-day simple moving average line. They did a blowout earnings. I mean, in this kind of market, Microsoft is still the de facto leader, right? They did a blowout earnings, and guess what? What happened last night? They delivered such a great earnings. Mama! The market straight away went down and crashed with no logic. Then by the time we kind of hit around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they finally woke up to the idea, hey, actually this earnings is very good, no? And then they start to move the price up again. And then before they left the office, they set the price down again. So you can see, just on Microsoft, which is the de facto barometer for tech stocks and the de facto $1 trillion market cap stock, people are undecided. Investors just do not know what to do. Should I keep cash? At one point in time, you think about keeping cash. You go back to the IQ, oh my gosh, inflation 7%, why we shoot up to 8%? I've already lost 8%. The moment, boom, open my eyes, I already lost 8%. They're struggling with that. So I can't keep cash. Do I put into tech stocks? Yes, I want to put, but oh my God, everybody's selling off the tech stocks. And should I move into Bitcoin? Oh, maybe Bitcoin is the answer, because what happened last night? Bitcoin went up. So we are looking at all these changes, which is very, very dynamic. It's not a static data. It's dynamic, constantly changing. We kind of dropped to all-time, like recent all-time low, 33,000. And I was quoting like my favorite number, 33333. Some of our students caught the price again. And then it shot up to 38,000. See for yourself, $5, $5,000 movement in about 2 days' time. This is the current situation we are in, and please write it down in your black book. It's called the IQ syndrome. Back to you, Richard.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Clemen, for your analysis. Now, many government and banks are against Bitcoin for their own political agenda. We all know that. Why? Because Bitcoin is decentralized, and government cannot really control Bitcoin. Now, also banks also don't like Bitcoin because they have their own political fiat currency agenda. Now, recently, IMF, which is considered as a World Bank, is urging El Salvador to drop Bitcoin as legal tender. So the question to you is, why does IMF want to do this, and do you think they will succeed?
Oh yes, Richard, this is a really great pointed question, because when I do a search on International Monetary Fund, which is what IMF stands for, first thing we always have to search for is, who is the largest contributor? I mean, a fund is there by name, but somebody must put money into the fund so that the fund can run its business, all right? So let me give you the answer to this interesting question. And the answer goes this way. The IMF largest member is the United States. They contributed about 118 billion, and the smallest member contributed only 3.5 million. So this is like a classic membership tier. The more money you put into this basket, the louder is your voice. The more power you have control over the political influence. And then we go back to this article here that says, IMF urges El Salvador to drop Bitcoin as legal currency, citing financial risk. What is the real financial risk? Let me tell the audience today. The real financial risk is defined as anybody who's threatening the US dollar. You are defined as a financial risk. Period. No other yardstick, no other measurement. Anything that threatens the sovereignty of the US dollar, you must be taken out. Case in point, 2003. We were figuring out back then, why did the Americans and the British decided to invade Iraq, despite Saddam Hussein call for help to the international community and say, hey, I got no weapons of mass destruction, right? Please don't come and bomb me. But his cries for help went on deaf ears. The US troops, the British troops went in, dropped bombs, took over Iraq. And after many, many years later, then we understand the reason. Back then, I still believe in the idea that perhaps the Americans wanted to go in to take over the oil wells in Iraq. Boy, I was wrong. It was not about that. It was more about the fact that Saddam Hussein was becoming so popular, so influential, he decided to create an oil currency. An oil currency that's controlled by the oil states, kind of like a cartel. And that oil currency is to challenge the sovereignty of the US dollar. And that's how the story plays out. So if you take this into context and look at any country today going out there to recognize Bitcoin as a legal tender, they're going to get left, right, center, drones, bombs, missiles, everything, GPMG firing at them. And this will be the first blow from IMF hitting at El Salvador. And they know the risk. What is the risk? If you have a monetary system that can bypass the US banking system, you can probably escape any potential trade sanctions that's imposed by the US against its adversaries. This is the point of contention today. And that's the reason why it's a very sensitive topic. Countries that are losing their currency, example, Turkey with their lira dropping like mad, and their people are all moving to cryptocurrency, they have to really start thinking for themselves right now. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, with this, Jerome Powell going to make this announcement, some announcement today and for this week. This is going to affect Bitcoin and the whole market as a whole, but we don't know what's the direction. You know, only can guess that he's going to increase interest rate and also due to the inflation, etc. But really, we don't know. So if he increase interest rate, you know, it's going to affect the market. The market will, the price will go down. Now, so I want to do a poll. Yeah, the poll is this: what will you do? What will you do? Number one, you sell all position and wait for announcement and then decide later. That's number one. Number two, you sell a little bit and wait. Number three, well, now that the price is low, you buy now and then wait to see what's happening. Number four, you just hold and do nothing. So I just want to do a poll for all of you participants and have a feel of, you know, with just market data, what will you do? So let's start doing the poll, whether it is to sell and wait for announcement and then decide, or sell a bit and wait and buy now and wait, or just hold and do nothing. So let me just give you 30 seconds to do that. You don't need a lot of time to do that. Okay, let me start the clock going right now. Okay, stop watch and start now. Okay, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. What will you do? What will you do? What will you do? What will you do? Okay, 10 seconds gone. What will you do? Okay, everybody just do this poll. 20 seconds gone. $30 seconds. Okay. What will you do? 40 seconds. You can only choose one, okay? Okay, you got 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so I hope all of you have done this poll. So let's get the team to give us the results, right? So what's the result? Okay, so this is the result. 49% just hold and do nothing. 41% buy now and wait. 8% says they sell a bit. 2% says sell all position and wait for the announcement, then decide what to do. Very interesting. Okay, so after the last question, I'm going to ask Dr. Clemen just to comment on what his thought is. Okay, now let's go to the next part of it. Now, next question. Now, Bitcoin journey to 100,000 is not, which this program is based on, it's not based on magic or myth. It is based on sound economic principle of adoption. So last 1-2 days, there are a couple of recent news in this area of adoption. So let's bring this up, okay? The first news is a bank by the name of 5-Star Bank. 5-Star Bank. So 5-Star Bank is going to, with partnership with NYDIG, has announced integrating a Bitcoin investment service to existing and future check-in account holder. That means when you sign up for the bank, open an account for the bank, you have this facility, right, to invest in Bitcoin. So that is one news. The other news is this: YouTube is considering launching for all YouTube users to create NFT. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is how are all this adoption affecting and impact Bitcoin?
Yes, Richard, this is absolutely fascinating because we are talking about right now, the network effects start to kick in, and many of the important players recognize the need for them to have a Bitcoin offering. Five-Star Bank and NYDIG announced partnership to bring safe and secure integrated Bitcoin investment services to existing and future checking account holders. And why this is constantly right now playing up, because Bitcoin has really been accepted as an asset class. And you know, the moment it has been accepted as asset class, and every of these financial institutions are thinking of ways to offer this product to their customers base. And that's why this is really important. And then if you take a look at the growth of NFTs, now for NFTs, it's much more related to non-Bitcoin related coins. We're talking about the altcoins like Ethereum, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, and so on. So right over here, take for example, how do you explore NFT features for creators to make even more money? Like for example, I created my very own NFT here, and this is my flagship drawing. Right? So this is my drawing of a prediction of Bitcoin at 33333, and I put it up as an NFT on OpenSea, and you can buy it today. There's only one piece. There's whole world, you can only own one piece of it at only 1 Ethereum. cheap, okay? And that's it. So this is kind of giving you 3-step thinking. Number one, you are a creator. Could be a creator of art, could be a creator of a collectible, music, or domain name, or whatever, all right? Step one. Step two, then we want to compensate you for your artistic work. And that is where YouTube is looking, oh my gosh, I got all these video creators already on my platform. How could I create a marketplace whereby people can buy their artistic collection? And number three, what is the benefit to the buyer who owns an NFT? I sum it up, bragging right. In this new era right now, it's no longer about you carrying an Amy's Birkin bag. It's about which NFT you have exclusivity to, and the blockchain shows your record on it. That's about it. This is the new behavior, and that's the reason why, you know, last week we've been speaking like crazy on the major acquisition ever executed by Microsoft history is to buy Activision. $69 billion to be exact, ever biggest in the history. Because everyone right now is moving into the digital space. From Microsoft purchase of Activision, and then next, you also have Apple looking into this particular space, and they have so many music creators. They have the largest app store of music. And then next, you have Facebook moving to metaverse. This is like mind-boggling. And then you also have Google entering this space with the arsenal of YouTube under its arms. So get what I'm driving at? This is the future. The future belongs to digital, and the future belongs to digital currency. And the mother of all currency goes back to Bitcoin. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Well, Facebook is in it, Microsoft is in it, and now we find that YouTube is in it. So this gives us some clue on the direction of the future. Now, in the past 1 week or so, the market is really in extreme fear. Why? Because Bitcoin price dropped and create a lot of fear. Many are selling, expecting further drop. However, some hero or some are not selling, but instead doing the opposite. In fact, you know, one Bitcoin will accumulate so many Bitcoin that he exceeded Michael Saylor. And also, Michael Saylor, he himself is also saying that he will continue to buy Bitcoin. So, Dr. Clemen, I want to ask you this. Why are they doing so? What they are doing, even as Bitcoin price are dropping?
Yes.
What's the reason behind?
Absolutely, Richard. Because right over here, the reason is because they are seeing certain price points that ordinary men are not looking at. So first off, let me bring out this article. Bitcoin will takes the whales, a whole group of them, take advantage of market crash to gobble up millions in Bitcoin, BTC. But the next article is even more meaningful to me because right over here, it is telling us that the third largest whale now holds more Bitcoin than MicroStrategy, which is a public company. And all these whales are very private, all right? You have a private guy overtaking a public guy right now. It's like crazy, crazy. And the data that I want to kind of scroll down right here goes right on this spot, all right? There are two boxes I want to highlight. The first one is, what is the actual number of Bitcoins that MicroStrategy actually owns, all right? The answer is 124,391 physical Bitcoin. And how about this third largest whale? Holy moly, he bought it intentionally just to overtake Michael Saylor. He crossed it at 124,485. 485 versus Michael Saylor's 391. He was buying with an intent to overtake the number of coins that MicroStrategy or Michael Saylor owns today. This is important, all right? Now, based on this, the two other boxes that we really got to memorize by heart right now, which kind of changed the entire dynamics, is right here. In our previous video, we shared with you that, okay, the average price of Michael Saylor for the entire portfolio of Bitcoins that he owns, guess what? 30,159. Just round down to 30,000. Very easy to remember, right? But this third largest whale that just kind of overtaken Michael Saylor, what is his average price? Holy moly! It's $22,000 only. He's $8,000 lower than Michael Saylor's price. So because of this, right now we have to really memorize, okay, we face a very strong support line at 30,000. Now, the moment it touches 30,000, we want to know the reactions of Michael Saylor. Will he buy more to average down, or will he dump his coin? All right. Then there's the next test level, which is at 22,000. The whale that has just overtaken Michael Saylor. Now, he probably has a game plan of his own. And that means to say right now we got two lines of defense, 30,000, 22,000. We take this idea, we go back right over here. So let me go to my BTC-USD. Here we go. Click on the 1 year, get rid of my chart. And 1 year. Hang on a minute. All right, this is the 1 year chart. Okay. So we're going to map out our 30,000 and our 22,000. Here we go. We start from here. We drop down to here. Right now, this is our new red box. This is the really dangerous red box because once Michael Saylor price has been tested, boom, breaches the support line 30,000, then the third largest whale, he will be tested, boom, break below 22,000, and that happens, it will be on a free fall, all right? Now, at this point in time, do we think it's going to happen? I don't think so. We still stick to our very strong line, which is the 30,000, 40,000 range, which you guys have been well trained by us. This was the red box when we first started our YouTube series. Back then when Bitcoin dropped to 28,000, it broke below 30,000, boom, dropped 28,000, bounce back, right? So if I kind of replicate this box right here and I move it here, okay, it's still playing by its rules. It is still floating between the 30 to 40,000 range. And in fact, we have a kind of a rebound. So where's the rebound? Here we go. I'm going to show you this and I hope you guys learn something from it. I zoom in and then I redraw again my two boxes. Here we go. And here we go. All right. Now what I observe is this part here, 4 consecutive green candles moving up. And I look on the left-hand side, do we have 4 consecutive green candles moving up? Don't have. Only at the very last wave. The very last wave right here, this is the part you see multiple green candles, right? You've seen that. That is the very last wave before it broke above 40,000. So if I kind of shift my focus right now back to here, am I looking at the wave that's going to break above 40,000 potentially? If the green candles continue its momentum, guess what? I'm expecting some good news to come out, and I'm expecting this guy to break above 40,000. And that is the low-hanging fruit we are all targeting on the 1464. So for those of you who missed the class on 1464, please check back our previous YouTube videos. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, Dr. Clemen, in the Wall Street, there are a lot of legend, right? Investing analysts and legend. But one recent, I would say very recent, in the last couple of years, Cathie Wood has made a name for herself on Wall Street because she make a lot of prediction, high tech, and some pharmaceutical and all those technology, etc. And they all seems to come true. Now, Cathie Wood last year predicted that Bitcoin will exceed 500,000 in 2026. But today or yesterday, he made a new prediction. Now, even though Bitcoin price is going down, but he made a new prediction and he predicted that Bitcoin is going to exceed 1 million. So not just, I mean, he's up his prediction to 1 million by 2030. So question to you, Dr. Clemen, is what is her basis of making such statement?
Yes, this is so fascinating, Richard. And you know, for Cathie Woods, we have to really give her the credit. 2020, she was the best top performing hedge fund manager in the world. 2021, her world came crashing down because she was betting heavily on tech stocks. And as you know right now, every single week and every single night on CNBC, they were citing her ARK Invest ETF fund, which is always in the negative because tech stocks took a real beating, right? But does that mean she is not good in her analysis? So let me state this very clearly. She's very, very brilliant. She's way ahead of the time compared to many of us. So timing plays a very important part in the way that we interpret the prediction made by Cathie Woods, all right? So her latest prediction exceeds by $1 million per coin, 2030, which is measured exactly about 8 years from now. And 8 years from now, I'm thinking even further, which is measured by 2 presidential elections. The next one coming up, 2024, and that will be the 4th Bitcoin halving. And one more presidential election, 2028, that will be the 5th Bitcoin halving. By the time we hit 2032, the 6th Bitcoin halving, almost 99% of the Bitcoins will have been mined already. So that's the formulation of the thinking. And then with that, I can tell you what is she really thinking about. She's thinking about this. This is the latest that we are looking at this company called Charles Schwab planning to file for a Bitcoin spot ETF. The pressure is really on right now to approve Bitcoin spot ETF. No more excuses that SEC could give us any further, because even big players like Charles Schwab is coming on stream. And I want to read out to you the reasoning, right? The reasoning is very important. So let me kind of blow this up and we're going to read this together, this red box right here. Here we go. Check this out. It's become large enough, he's talking about Bitcoin, and consumer awareness is high enough that you can't ignore it. So he's accepting the fact that the network effects have kicked in already. Bettinger said of crypto, but from a corporate standpoint, we don't really take a view on whether it's right for investors. Personally, I really have no opinion on Bitcoin as an investment any more than I do artwork or the explosion in values of baseball cards of late. However, he predicted there will be more and more ways to invest in crypto, maybe ways that are a bit safer than direct purchases. That's the reason why he's filing for the Bitcoin spot ETF, which represents the biggest opportunity for Bitcoin pricing. All right. So recap, where's the next two coming up for approval? 1464, 1 is for 1st February, 6 is for 6th February, and the last 4 is for April. These are 3 key events centered around Bitcoin. How about the 4, 1, 4, 6, 4, the second 4, which is the 4th of February, that will be the official launch of the China's digital yuan currency during the Beijing Winter Olympics. As we can see right now, everything centered on digital currency. Yes, Richard, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, Dr. Clemen, before I ask you to give your thought on the poll we have just now, one last question, right? Now, there's a former hedge fund manager says that it may be now, right now, may be time to consider buying Bitcoin. And he make a comment, he says, to me, that says that it might be too late to sell. He says that maybe now it's too late to sell all your Bitcoin and you need to consider buying. Now, I know I am buying, especially if we get a final lay down. So what is your thought on this?
Yes, this is one of my favorite heroes in Wall Street, and his name is called Jim Cramer. I mean, I'm watching him every single day. It's like a 20 years friendship. The first time I started investing, I was really listening to him. So Jim Cramer, I mean, he got his eyes on the market pulse simply because he have access to the best money managers on planet Earth, all right? So here we go. To me, that says it might be too late to sell and you need to consider buying. I know I am, especially if we get a final leg down. So everybody is really thinking about this session right now. And, you know, we are talking about the big boom in MFT, non-fungible tokens. We are also talking about the widespread DeFi, decentralized finance. And what is the next thing that's coming up? Already the big players are already thinking ahead, all right? So as you can see, there's so much excitement. That's the reason why this period of time when Bitcoin is trading at a narrow range between 30 to 40,000, you're probably not going to see this again, all right? Once the Bitcoin spot ETF has been approved and the floodgates is open up to the world. So he is right in the sense that, yes, Bitcoin is the de facto mother of all coins, and then Ethereum is the engine powering every single DeFi NFT applications out there. You can't ignore this too, and this is the window of opportunity left for you. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Dr. Clemen, just now, you know, we asked the participant to do a poll, and you know, the context is that with Jerome Powell going to make an announcement, nobody knows what he's going to say, right? We can only guess, and it's going to affect the price of Bitcoin. Either it's going to go up or it's going to go down, right? Depending on what he says. And we asked the participant to do a poll whether, number one, they will sell all their position and wait for the announcement and then decide what to do, depending on the poll. And depending on the situation. Number two is that now they sell a little bit and wait. Number three, you know, whether they buy first and then wait later, you know, like do cost averaging. Number four, they just hold and do nothing. And the result came out that 49%, close to half of them say that I'm going to do nothing, hold and do nothing. 41% says that buy now and wait. That means doing cost averaging. 8% says that I'll sell a bit and wait. And 2% says I'm going to sell everything now and wait for an announcement and then decide what to do. So Dr. Clemen, what is your thought on this?
Yes, Richard, you know, my flow of thinking always starts from the stock market. And I think this is the most important market that we cannot ignore. So even as many of you are excited about cryptocurrencies, about Bitcoin, your foundation truly must lie in the stock market. All right. So step one, tonight we're going to have a very, very important announcement by Jerome Powell. He'll be live on TV and probably start from 2 a.m. Singapore time, which is about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And usually around that range, I observed in the past, between 2 to 3 a.m. Singapore time, which is about 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he will give his final paragraph that the committee decided to raise, stay stagnant, or watch, or whatever, all right? More important than not, I think majority of the analysts predict that there'll be a raise of 50 basis point, 0.5%. And the interest rate hike will kick in March, all right? So they rather suffer the pain right now than let inflation go out of whack. And I spoke about March many, many times. March is the most important month for us because welcome to spring, and hopefully the Omicron will just die off with the hot weather kicking in, all right? So we are really excited about March. So back right now, what should you do? Step one, wait for the announcement. Do not rush. And once the announcement is up, step two, I'm looking at all the mega stocks, the mama stocks. Are they turning away and bouncing off their 200 simple moving average line? That is a very, very important signal, or else you're buying at the wrong timing. Right now, timing is super, super crucial. So at step one, you must have a lot of cash on standby to enter the market. We're not talking about selling. Anyone thinking about cutting loss or selling a different ballgame? Because I addressed this problem previous video. You're selling to do what? Put the money back into your bank to suffer the negative inflation payout? Unless you're in need of a big sum of money to save someone's life today. You're selling to just overcome your fear. That's the psychology impact of what I meant by selling. Because over time, the prices will go up for all these investments that we made, all right? Point number one. Number two, once I understand how the stock market reacts, then we want to see, did the Bitcoin float up together like a live buoy on the open sea? Would it just go up together with the stock market as it goes up? Now, that is buoyant, good news. There's a very, very strong signal. Right now, the confidence has been restored and the buying continues, all right? And then step three, if you are still feeling very uneasy about it, then wait for 1464. But the problem with waiting for 1464 to take place, that is waiting for the actual announcement to come out that Bitcoin Spot ETF has been approved, then you will not enjoy the mega movement. We typically want to position before the big movement kicks in so that you can enjoy the huge profit potential. By the time it moves up, then you go in, you are not catching the wave already. You have missed the wave, all right? You're just entering like everybody out there who wants to see the good news is out, then they go in to buy. It's a totally different ballgame. So the big answer to this simple question is, all of us have to decide what is the role of an investor that you want to play. You want to always play safe, all right? Small risk, big returns, you wait long. There's no such thing, all right? But if you say, I want to play big with an eye of creating generational wealth for my future, then that's talking about small risk, big return, spread over a long term, then all these are already calculated risks. You have seen all the data presented, you've seen how we connected the dots. Then the final step, I invite you to take and walk alongside with us. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. There you are this Wednesday. Incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. We have given you the data and facts of what the market is right now so that you can make an informed decision. Now, we remain bullish on Bitcoin, and secret to success is to wake up early, work hard, and own Bitcoin. So thank you very, very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful day till we meet again this coming Friday. Thank you.
We believe that investing in our education
has the highest leverage and is the greatest equalizer.
Regardless of background, everyone can have the same opportunities in education.
We believe in doing what is right, not what is easy.
We believe in anything that is worth doing, we do it with passion and excellence.
We believe that happiness is the key to success.
If you love what you're doing, you're already successful. And that both success and failure are temporary, worth sharing about and even celebrating.
That said, we believe we have had our fair share of both.
Yay!
We believe that when the market is tough, we can be tougher.
We believe the best product should win, not the best sales pitch.
We believe that winners are winners because they don't quit
We believe that the biggest sin is to make learning boring.
We believe in making decisions and owning our results.
We believe in innovation to continue to provide value to all around us.
We believe that together, everyone achieves more.
We believe that real leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders.
We believe that we can learn from our competitors.
We believe that women work harder, do better, and are more committed.
We believe it's okay to be proven wrong.
It's okay to change your mind.
And it's okay to cry when you're having a really rough day.
We believe in giving everyone the benefit of the doubt.
We believe in always saying please and thank you.
We believe that if dreaming is free, then we should dream big.
and then working hard to achieve it.
We believe that if we have knowledge, it's our duty to pass it down.
We believe that we shouldn't teach something we ourselves don't believe in.
We believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
We believe in saying sorry and meaning what we say.
We believe in being high-tech, means adding a human touch.
We believe that no one has all the answers.
Not even us.
But we go find out and we learn.
We believe that learning never ends, and once you stop learning,
you start dying.
We believe that one person
or one great idea
can change the world.
That's why we believe in helping you grow and succeed.
And with your help, we can change lives globally.
We believe.
We believe. We believe.
Thank you for your belief in us.